Ever feel like you're living by invisible rules?
Mm.
Or maybe there's that nagging voice in your head always judging.
Yeah.
Well, today we're really diving into Don Miguel Ruiz's amazing book, The Four Agreements, a Toltec guide to personal freedom. Our goal here is to kind of pull out the core insights from this ancient Toltec wisdom. See if we can find a shortcut, maybe, to living with more freedom, more joy, more authenticity. Right from the start, the book hits you with this core idea, how we're essentially domesticated as kids. We soak up all these societal beliefs, take on these subconscious agreements, and they can really hold us back, often without us even noticing.
Yeah, and what's really powerful is how Ruiz argues that these agreements we internalize. They literally shape our reality. It's profound. So the way to freedom isn't necessarily about adding more rules or strategies, but about spotting and breaking those old toxic agreements, and then replacing them consciously with ones that actually help you, that serve who you really are.
And it's not just about, agreements we make out in the world, right?
Hmm.
The book talks about this concept of an inner parasite. That voice, that critic inside that tells you you're not good enough, keeps you kind of stuck in shame or fear. It's such a vivid metaphor.
It really is. And if you connect that idea, the four agreements themselves become these incredibly practical tools. They're not just nice ideas. Their whole
Yeah.
point is to help quiet down that inner judge. So
Yeah.
you can sort of peel back all that conditioning and get back to your authentic self,
Hmm.
your peaceful core. It's about reclaiming your own mind, really.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So let's unpack these agreements. Number one, be impeccable with your word. This really gets at speaking with integrity, right? Saying what you mean, using words constructively, not destructively.
Exactly. And the concept behind it is huge. Ruiz says words are like spells we cast. Just think about that. If you're constantly gossiping or lying or, and this is often the worst part, engaging in really negative self-talk, directing that negativity inwards. He calls it creating poison in your own mind. So being impeccable isn't just about honesty with others. It's about how you literally build yourself, your own reality with your language, consciously or more often unconsciously.
Oh, yeah, words as spells. That really lands differently. Okay, so if the first agreement is about how we create with words, the second one, don't take anything personally, seems to be about how we receive things from the world.
Yeah.
This one feels really counterintuitive sometimes, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It's tough because the immediate reaction is often, but it feels personal. But what Ruiz explains is that what other people do, what they say, their actions, their opinions, it's almost never truly about you. It's a reflection of their own world, their agreements, their wounds, their stuff, their programming. When you take it personally, you're basically agreeing to suffer for something that wasn't even yours to begin with. Realizing this, really getting it, frees you up from so much hurt, defensiveness, that feeling of being constantly under attack.
That's a massive shift in perspective. Incredibly challenging, but I can see how freeing it would be. And building on that, the next agreement tackles another huge source of conflict. Don't make assumptions.
Or it's amazing, isn't it, how much drama and pain comes from just guessing what other people mean or thinking they should just know what we need without us saying it clearly. It's so practical, this one. Release points out that instead of making up whole stories in our heads about why someone looked at us funny or what that short email really meant, the solution is usually pretty simple. Ask questions, seek clarity, communicate directly. Just think about how often we assume someone's mad or disappointed based on almost nothing, only to find out later they were just, stressed about something else entirely. If you can stop yourself from writing those mental scripts and just ask, you avoid so much misunderstanding and heartache.
So true. Okay, and the final one, the fourth agreement, always do your best.
Yeah.
I think this one gets misunderstood a lot. People hear best and think perfection.
Yeah.
But the book is really clear that's not what it means.
Yes, that's a really crucial point. Doing your best, in Ruiz's context, means doing the best you can in that specific moment. It explicitly acknowledges that your best changes all the time. It depends on your energy, how you're feeling physically, the circumstances, everything. So your best when you're healthy and rested is going to be very different from your best when you're sick or exhausted. And that's okay. This agreement is actually designed to help you stop judging yourself, stop regretting things, and avoid burning out by chasing some impossible standard of perfection.
Right, it's about effort relative to your current capacity. Okay, so we've walked through the four agreements, but let's talk about the overall impact. For someone listening, how does knowing this stuff actually change things day to day? How does it make life feel more peaceful or confident?
Well, I think the beauty of this book is really its simplicity on the surface. It's easy to read, you can get through it quickly, But like the source material mentions, actually living these agreements, that takes ongoing practice, maybe a lifetime. It acts like a kind of spiritual compass, giving you clarity right when you need it, maybe when you're in a conflict or feeling anxious or just down on yourself.
And you start to notice things, right? Like you catch yourself making an assumption or realize you're beating yourself up for not being perfect or feeling hurt by a comment. The personal stories you hear about applying these really resonate. People talk about just feeling calmer, more centered and confident over time.
Exactly. And the core things you need to actually apply this wisdom to make it work for you are pretty straightforward, though not always easy. It comes down to awareness and consistency. Just noticing your thoughts and behaviors and making that consistent effort to align them with these agreements every day.
Awareness and consistency. That seems like a good place to wrap up our deep dive into the four agreements. We really hope this conversation has maybe offered a useful shortcut into its core ideas, giving you some tools perhaps to start shifting your own experience.
And maybe just a final thought to leave you with. Thinking about this whole idea of replacing old subconscious agreements with new conscious ones, maybe ask yourself, what's just one agreement, one old belief or pattern that you might be ready to take another look at or maybe even start letting go of in your own life?